Welcome to Daily Devo. My name is Jeremy, and today I want to talk to you about fearing God rather than rebelling. I don't know if you took driver's ed, but I'll never forget my first class. The fact that I remember it tells you how impactful it truly was. My teacher started the class out by saying, "Driving should terrify you." Wait, what? I was excited about driving. All I could think about was the freedom that it would bring me. And he went on for the next 45 minutes about all the different ways that people died while driving and how their stupid decisions killed not just them, but passengers and other drivers. He gave the statistics for teenage crashes, how many people die every single year in a vehicle. Did you know that in the US around 45,000 people die every year due to car accidents? At the end of the class, he said, "You aren't ready to drive if you don't have a fear or respect for driving." Man, that was intense. But I get into a vehicle today still with the thought that I need to have a fear and respect for what can happen if I get distracted by my phone or the radio. Driving like a crazy person just so I can get somewhere 2 minutes earlier isn't worth it. The fear and respect helps me make better choices. Let's read Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 21. The verse says, "Fear the Lord and the king, my son, and do not join with rebellious officials." In the same way, fearing and respecting what a car can do, the book of wisdom tells us we should fear God. It does us good to reflect on not just the goodness of God, but the all-powerfulness of God. That He is a righteous and all-powerful and all-knowing being. He is everywhere. That all-powerful God scooped up some dirt and His very breath created an eternal being known as mankind. We should live with a holy fear and respect that the Father has every right to snuff us out because of how sinful mankind is. The last part of that verse tells us not to rebel. If you go back to the car analogy, the fear of driving can keep you from rebelling against the laws of the land. It will keep you from getting expensive tickets or wasting time in traffic school. If you've ever been to one of those classes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There are real consequences to not maintaining a fear of driving. And in the same way, if we are flippant about the fear of God, there are real-world consequences to living in sin. I wonder how many of us would make different choices if we had a better understanding of the fear of the Lord. Would we stay in our sexual sin? Would we continue to lack integrity in our business dealings? I don't mean this to be heavy, but I truly believe that a fear of God keeps us from walking in rebellion towards His words and the way of Jesus. Take some time today and meditate on the vastness of God. I'm grateful that He loves me. I'm grateful that He chose to give us grace and forgiveness over what we deserve because of our sin. But I never want to forget who He is. Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Devo.